Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with the match preview for Newcastle United's upcoming game this weekend. It's the Bobby Robson Derby, the Sir Bobby Robson Derby, give him his full name. Ipswich Town versus Newcastle United at Portman Road, down at 3 p.m. this Saturday, the 21st of December. What a game this is for both teams. Really. Newcastle looking to continue their great form, both in the league and the cup, and Ipswich Town are looking to claw out of the bottom three. And it should be a really interesting game for the neutral as well. But this is all going to be dominated, really, the lead of this game is all going to be dominated by the great man who's no longer with us, sadly, one of football's true gentlemen and true knights of the round table, and that is Sir Bobby Robson. What he means to these two clubs is almost immeasurable, really, in terms of what he did. So Ipswich Town, he was there from January 1969 to August 1982, 709 games, 316 wins, 44% win ratio, and obviously he was at Newcastle United from 1999 to 2004, pulled us out of a horrible time under the likes of Ruud Gullit, and then got us back to the Champions League, playing some great football, mixture of experience and youth. And he won 119 out of his 255 games and won a 46% win ratio. He didn't win anything with us unless you count the Intertoto Cup, but with Ipswich Town, my word, did he not win big silverware with this football club, and he'll be forever remembered by them. He's immortalised by statue outside the ground, as he is outside St James's Park. He won the UEFA Cup in 1981, I think it is, against AZ Alkmaar over two legs, and then famously beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup final as well to win two of his three trophies that he won as Ipswich Town manager. And that propelled him into the England manager job as well, where he was just a whisker away, really, from winning England some silverware in the 1990 World Cup. Something I remember very much as a young lad watching that. It was my first introduction to football, and I absolutely loved it. And Sir Bobby was a huge reason for that. And what a wonderful man. We miss him dearly, and he definitely will be respected and thought of in this game, I think, by both sets of supporters as well. So had to talk about that before we talk about the game, because the man means so much to both football clubs. So let's get stuck into the game as well. So yeah, Ipswich Town are sitting in the bottom three at the minute. I really do like Kieran McKenna. I really like the kind of football he tries to play. I like some of the players that he has in his team as well. But thankfully for us, they're probably missing the best player. That's certainly their biggest threat, and that is Liam Delap, because he picked up his fifth yellow card of the season against Wolves, where they won 2-1 in the last minute of that game. And that's a big blow for them. That's a huge blow for them, because as a team, they rely a lot on his goals. I like the player. I think we should have signed him, instead of signing Will Sula. Personally, I think it was around about the same fee. And I think he's a smashing player. So he will be a big miss for them. It's a great thing for Newcastle United as well, not to worry about their biggest goal threat coming at us in the game this weekend. But they are missing some of the players too. I think they're missing Twanzebe, former Manchester United player, who's got a hamstring injury. And they're also missing Egbone as well, who's a decent player with a bit of pace as well, can be a threat on his day. So they are missing some big players. As on Newcastle, we're still missing Sven Botman as well. Callum Wilson's out with an injury. Obviously, the Salz and Kraft as well. But this is how I think we're going to line up Newcastle United in this game, that's what we're here to talk about. Pretty much unchanged, I think, really, in terms of Eddie Howe's team at the minute. It seems to be settled. It seems to be working. We're playing some nice football. Having Jacob Murphy in that front three adds balance. The only change is going to be Joe Willock coming in for the suspended Joe Linton in this game, who's obviously picked up his yellow card as well, and he can't play in that game. So they're missing Delap, but we're also missing Joe Linton, who's a very big player for us, especially in these kind of needly games away from home, these tough games where the other team can kind of put it on you, and can show up, with the home crowd behind them. And there could be a difficult game for Newcastle, but I just think we're in such good form at the moment. The belief seems to be back with the lads. We're playing great stuff. Some of the football we've played over the last couple of games here has been absolutely brilliant against Leicester and against Brentford in the cup there. Some of the little flicks around the corner, the link-up play between Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side as well. Tino looks like he's getting forward a little bit more. Tonali and Bruno seem to be gelling so well in the middle of the park. I mean, it will be interesting when you throw Joe Willock in there as a dynamic. He could be tempted to put Longstaff in, but I think he'll just stick with Joe Willock. Certainly looked good when he came on against Brentford. And Joe Willock's playing for that place. He wants to come into the team when Joe Linton isn't available, and that's what all of the midfielders are trying to do. Longstaff, Louis Miley's back to fitness now. He could be on the bench as well, which would be really good. We didn't see him against Brentford, but we could see him getting some minutes in this game as well. But it could be a really good game for Newcastle United. But in terms of the opposition, in terms of their players who could be a threat, obviously missing Liam Delap's a huge blow for them. He's probably their biggest threat. I think Amari Hutchinson's got a little bit of pace, a little bit of skill about him as well out wide. He can be a bit dangerous. But I think with our full-backs, we've got the pace, we've got the quality to sniff out the danger they have on the wide side. Also, they have a very much one of our own, Leif Davis, who's a really good left back, Wallsend Boys Club graduate, loves to get forward, puts in some brilliant deliveries as well. But he'll have his hands full with Tino Livramento bombing at him, and Jacob Murphy too, who can come back and help in the defensive third. So, or, in our half, that is. So I think, in terms of Ipswich's threat, I think Newcastle are well positioned to nullify that threat. And I'm not taking any game for granted. I don't think any game in the Premier League is an easy game. I sound like a manager there, don't I? But I don't think there is an easy game. I think there'll be a lot of emotion around this game, a lot of love before the game for Sir Bobby Robson, as I said. But Newcastle will want to win this game. We'll want to keep this run going. We knew we had a difficult week ahead of us to try and, I wouldn't say almost turn the season around. Sounds a little bit too hyperbolic, but it was feeling that way. It was starting to feel like the season was drifting away, into malaise, into mediocrity, into just finishing, mid-table. Someone like Ipswich are probably laughing at me saying mid-table, we kill for mid-table. But with all due respect, we're Newcastle United, we've been purchased by this huge, rich organisation that got us in the Champions League, and we want to be higher than just mid-table. We want to be challenging for European places every single season. So Newcastle have to get back onto that wavelength. And I feel like the last couple of games has given us an indication that the lads have the belief again and they believe that they belong in that company. I suppose Isak was a little bit isolated against Brentford as well, but Isak might get a lot of space in this game as well. Ipswich do leave a lot of space back there in terms of the gaps in between the midfield and the back four. They do play with two hold midfielders, or they certainly did in the last game against Wolves, in the shape of Morsey and Eza Kajusta. But I just think that our lads in midfield will pull them out of position because we use the ball so well. Sandro Tonali just seems to be absolutely thriving in that 6-role. Bruno will get in the ball, pull attackers to him, defenders out of position, free up some space for Isak. And I do fancy Isak to get a goal in this game, I must admit, going forward. And in terms of the form guide, going into this game for the two teams, so Ipswich's Premier League form guide is in the last 6 games, they've won 1-2, drawn 1 and lost 3. And Newcastle United have won 2, lost 2 and drawn 2. So it's not a massively different form guide, really. But I just think going into this game, I think the form guide is definitely, or the quality of play is definitely with us. I think the way we're playing at the moment, the way we, we're controlling the ball, the way we're kind of pulling teams apart. Ipswich fans, let me know in the comments below if you're very confident about this game. I'm confident going into this game as a Newcastle United fan. I really do think that we could win this game. I think I'm just looking at Sportsmore here. They've got us to win this game 2-1. And normally I would probably be a bit reserved with my judgment here, but I just think without Ipswich having that main goal threat up front in the shape of Liam Delap, I'm going to say Newcastle win this game 3-0. That's not me being disrespectful to Ipswich at all. I just think at the minute we're playing with great confidence, great quality, with the attacking players really purring, looking to get involved with it. I just feel like we're good for a couple of goals, even though it's away from home, and sometimes Newcastle can show up 1 minute and then disappear the next. I just feel the confidence is with us. With Ipswich not having the main goal threat, I really do think that a lot of their play will basically be like sentences about full stops, I think, without Liam Delap up there putting the ball in the back of the net. So I think Newcastle can have a real good chance to win this game 3-0. Another confidence boost, get us up that table, get us to the right end of where we want to be, before the Christmas period comes in. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think about the team lineup there that we've picked, about the result, about the opposition. Do you think Ipswich pose a bigger threat? And it's not just all about missing Liam Delap. Do you think there's other players in there that can hurt us? Ipswich fans, if you're in the comments, you're always welcome here. There's no kind of club affinities here. Everyone's welcome in our chat, as long as you keep it clean. Let us know what you guys think, not just about the game, what you think about Sir Bobby Robson as well. I think we can't lose sight of what this game means in terms of pulling these two brilliant football clubs together, for the love of that amazing man that we were both looking to have manage both our football clubs and be involved, not just in our clubs, but in our communities and our hearts as well. An amazing man, a massive miss to football and to the world as well. And I can't wait to see the passionate loving and respect that there will be from the two fan bases in the lead up to this game, and the coverage, I'm sure, from all the media outlets as well. But I fancy Newcastle in this game. I think the form guide is with us. I think the quality's with us. We seem to get ourselves back in our stride. So I'm going 3-0 to Newcastle. Let us know your thoughts, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll be back with a post-match analysis of this game on Saturday. Hopefully, I'm smiling because I'm right, and Newcastle United have had a confident win, and I'm not saying the other thing. But one thing's for sure, I'm sure I'll be talking about the love for Sir Bobby Robson in this Bobby Robson derby. Have a better, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you later.